And instead of doing that, all I'm hearing for the last 2 hours is vote chori, EVM source code, paper ballot. No one asked about vote chori when the Congress won in Telangana. No one asked about EVM source code or paper ballot when Congress won in Karnataka. They keep asking these questions only when they lose Haryana by a close margin. They lose Bihar by a huge margin. So these are the questions that they rise only when the results doesn't go in their way, ma'am. So I wish they go through the report because, yes, thanks for taking up Tamil Nadu, because this is coming from the newspaper that is published in Tamil Nadu only by Hindu, and I'm sure you are the Kanimoji senior member sitting here. Kanimoji senior member sitting here. He is the chairman of the workers' union of this newspaper. It's a very credible newspaper, the Hindu, and it has published the report. It has published this report. It has published this report. Of course, if you have gone through the articles that they published, even before the Bihar election also, if you have gone through it.
जब आपकी बारी आए तब आप बोलिएगा, प्लीज बोलने दीजिए. आप बोलिए.
No, it's okay.
आप बोलिए, प्लीज. बोलिए. माननीय सदस्य साहब चेयर को एड्रेस करिए.
So this is the report that have come out in the Hindu newspaper, ma'am, and it's a very credible newspaper. And before the Bihar elections happened, they also published Frontline as a magazine. There are a lot of articles that have come in this Frontline and also in the Hindu. They were on both sides. They were critical of SAR. They are in support of SAR. But after the election was over, they came up with this report. What they were saying in this report was they have analyzed two things. One, what was the election result in 2024 Lok Sabha election in Bihar, and what was the result in the constituencies in the assembly elections of 2025. Second, they analyzed is what happened in the constituencies where there were a lot of deletion of votes, what happened in the constituencies where there was less deletion of votes. Both of this has been verified by them, ma'am, and the report says stunningly, constituencies with the large deletions did not show higher gains for NDA or any other party. So I hope you won't fall in this trap that's been laid by Congress. Areas with minimum deletions also did not show any predictable voting behavior. And also, the scatter plot showed no pattern, no tilt, meaning the SIR did not favor any one side or disadvantage the other side. This is what the report says. So, for the last two hours, whatever they're trying to make from the opposition side, ma'am, I hope they'll get hold of this report and try to read this report so that next election they're going through, I hope they won't fall in the trap of the Congress, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm a new member in this house. In the second time, there are people that have been here for almost 10 times or more. They contested elections for more than 10, 11, 12 times, ma'am. And in the two elections that have contested in 2019, there was a voter turnout percentage of almost 84% in my constituency, ma'am. In 2024, there's a voter turnout percentage of almost 86% in my constituency, ma'am. This shows the voters have confidence in the election commission to come forward and exercise their vote, ma'am. And obviously, I accept after going through these two elections, I still accept. It's not that everything is perfect, so there is no need for reform. There is no need for any new suggestions. No, I'm not saying that. Of course, there's a need for reform. And starting with that, ma'am, we've gone through the election commission. They have invited us. We have given the report to them. And I request all the opposition parties also to go and exercise that. The first reform that we request the election commission through the law ministry is that adoption of a single unified electoral roll for state, national and local body elections, ma'am. This is very much needed because every time there's local bodies, there's assembly elections and parliament elections. Most of the time, the electoral rolls are different. And also, they talk of biometric use of biometric in a voting ID, ma'am. But as the Supreme Court says, we cannot include them. And surprisingly, they are the ones, when that was brought into this House, opposed it. Because they said most of the schemes that are delivered to the citizens are done through the Aadhaar card. Because it is done through Aadhaar card, it helps the party in the ruling if you can combine both of them. So what from Telugu Desam party side, what we request is, if not bring the Aadhaar data onto the voter ID, why can't we create the same iris, same thumb impression on the voter ID so that it becomes unique? And third one, ma'am, conducted targeted re-enrollment campaigns for migrant workers, tribal groups, and the elderly, ma'am. The fourth one, capacity building for BLOs and EROs. Because this capacity building happens only 6 months before the election or 8 months before the election, but this needs to happen continuously every year. So I request the Election Commission to look into that. And increase the transparency and participation by booth-level agents. We, as a regional party who is in power in Andhra Pradesh, we have come forward and we have said, please implement SIR in Andhra Pradesh. That is our request. That is a request we put across to the Election Commission. And we want it to be, you are also the government. You are also the government in the state. Did you forget that? You are not in the opposition. So you must be doing something wrong then. So you must be doing something wrong in Tamil Nadu. I think you forgot. You're already thinking that you lost the election. Don't think you already lost the election. There's 6 months time. So we want the BLOs to be trained, ma'am, so that from all the parties, we want them to be involved in this whole process. We're not just saying that bring one party BLOs and do it. Bring all of them so it becomes transparent. And sixth one, ma'am, publish district-wise data on voter additions and deletions regularly so that all parties can come together, see which one have been deleted, which ones have been taken out, ma'am. And the second reform that we request, there was law minister that was here earlier, ma'am, with regards to the moral code of conduct, ma'am. Although BNS section 169 and 177 now cover electoral offences, they were earlier listed in IPC sections 171A to 171I. But the problem with this is, ma'am, the convictions remain extremely low. I tried to search for the last 2 days how many convictions have actually happened in the 75 years. I couldn't find a single one. It's because there's a weak statutory backing and limited enforcement capacity, ma'am. Existing mechanisms under the MCC rely heavily on district-level authorities, leading to inconsistent action and poor deterrence, ma'am. So what we request is to establish an independent enforcement agency so that money laundering, empowerment to investigate, monitor, and prosecute electoral offences under the MCC can happen. This body should work alongside the Election Commission of India with clear statutory authority, specialized personnel, and nationwide jurisdiction to ensure swift, uniform, and credible enforcement of electoral laws. Right now, what's happening is if someone has to complain, they have to